I first started on motorbikes about 7 years ago. When I started my current job, which is with Dublin Fire Brigade, I had to commute from Dunleary to Marino every day, and I didn't fancy having a car and sitting in traffic, or taking a bus and a train and a bus and a train and a bus and a train. So motorbikes seemed to be the simple option. I then said, well, I'll get myself some rider training, and I paid for a couple of days advanced rider training on my bike. I know every 20-something-year-old honestly thinks that no one can tell them better how to drive. They can do it, they've been there, they've done that. But the training itself was a complete eye-opener, and it really took me back as to how bad and how appalling I really was driving the bike around the place. So once I graduated from there and I started to get the hang of my bike much more, I then decided, right, a bit of track time, that's for me, I'll have a go to Mondello. I took my bike down to Mondello, and my first ever day on track was Superbike school. They come over from England and they teach you how to drive your bike properly on a circuit. And that progressed, and I did the various levels of that over a couple of years with many, many track days in between. So after all my time of track days and my track time and my track school, people are constantly hounding me, you're spending all this money flying around on your motorbike, why don't you go racing? Okay, I'll go racing. That sounds like a plan. And I haven't looked back since. 2 years ago I took up a short circuit racing. I bought this little bike. So this little bike is only 250cc, but it's able to keep up with all but the best of lads around Mondello on all but the biggest bikes. A very, very capable little bike. As regards a hobby, be aware if you get into motorbikes and you like them a lot, almost everything else will become second to your motorbikes. You will spend all your money on motorbikes, and you will talk constantly to your friends who will be bored to tears about motorbikes. And as my girlfriend always says, if her name was Motorbike, she'd be looked after a lot better. So with regard to the road racing, obviously through my job, my work, I'm a fireman in Dublin Fire Brigade, and as such I'm a paramedic. I know a lot of people don't realise, but the real ambulance service, for want of a better word, in Dublin City is actually run by the Fire Brigade. So the ambulances live in fire stations and are manned by firemen, and when we go into work in the evening or the morning, it's on a rotating basis, whether you're on a fire engine or an ambulance. So as part of my passion for motorbikes and my qualification as a paramedic, people who were in my job said to me, look, we're involved in the road racing, we see you're into the bikes and you're into the medic, will you come and help us on the Motorcycling Ireland medical team? I've grown to love the sport more and more and more. I would highly, highly recommend anybody that's looking for an absolutely intoxicating, consuming, incredible hobby and a passion to take up motorbiking. But before you do, absolutely you must get training. There's a strange camaraderie, a fantastic camaraderie in motorcyclists with bikers. The first time I ever broke down on my motorbike off driving up the Wicklow Mountain, the bike ran out of petrol. Oops. So on the side of the road, what do I do? If you were in a car, that's it. You're ringing one of your friends to drive from wherever they are, get some petrol and come to get you. Within 10 minutes, 5 bikers that were driving by had stopped. Fellas pulled up in cars. I used to own a bike. Fella driving past in a van. Oh, I used to have a bike, do you want a lift? Bikers as a club look after each other unbelievably well, and I was taken aback by it in the beginning, and I was almost a bit wary of it. Why are these people being so nice to me? Oh, you don't normally see that. It's not people don't normally stop and help other people to that level. And the more I got into the bikes, the more I realised that it is how it is.